बहुत कम लोग अपनी सच्चाई बोलते हैं because everyone seems to be in the world of I can't be judged.
Your first impression is based on voice?
I think my inner voice is about music, spirituality, and just being joyous in life because somewhere all of this is connected. You will have highs and lows, but I think most of us are in pursuit of pure love and joy.
The ultimate pure joy comes from the very little things.
It's happened even in casual ways that, oh, whenever we hear you, we feel happy. I'm like, that's it. Utna bhi kiya na bahut hai. What is an escape mode for anyone who's going through a mental breakdown is to find huge, immense amount of satisfaction in the action that they're doing then. My God, it's hopeless. अभी कुछ हो नहीं रहा है. The universe has cryptic ways of talking to me. But I feel the best way is to disconnect. And I think ultimately to me that is the best way to live. All of us, including the biggest superstar in the world, all of us at the end of the day are family. We come back home and that's our abyss of joy or oasis of who we are.
Archana Pania is a celebrated radio jockey, actress and voiceover artist. Best known for co-hosting Radio City's popular morning show, Kasakai Mumbai. Beyond radio, Archana has lent her voice to major brands like Vistara Airlines and Pond's and has appeared in films such as Sanju and Bomberia. She's also done TEDx talks like Celebrate Your Uniqueness.
So tell us what sparked your passion for radio and voice artistry?
So at a very young age, Ashna, I don't know how you got into fashion when you did, but I remember back in the day, because I'm quite ancient, we had the phone that you pick up, the receiver, and I used to always want to listen to my own voice. I didn't know I was practicing back then, but I realized that I was very fascinated by voices. And because I come from a family where music was celebrated, my mother belongs to the first premier music school of the country in Baroda, incidentally. My Nana ji was the principal of that school. We used to teach music to the sheikhs in Kuwait, and he had 13 instruments that he knew on him that he used to play. So I think at some level you are sort of tuned in, because I guess when I was in my mom's womb, she was singing and she's a beautiful singer. So मुझे singing बहुत attract करता था, but I was pretty much attracted to anything media or anything to do with arts or expression. So whether it was drawing on paper or whatever, I never thought I was going to be a part of it. It was more like I was at play and I was somewhere initiated by genetics. But radio happened by chance, if radio is what you're asking me is. But I must tell this to people who, think of vocation. I think I was practicing since I was a very small kid, because मुझे ना मिमिक्री की बहुत आदत थी. तो कॉलेज और स्कूल में बहुत टिपिकल होता था, जैसे टीचर निकली, I used to be like, I used to go right in the front and want to entertain everyone, because I think making people laugh was another high I had. And I said, and I used to start behaving like them, and they would be like, oh, for, and they couldn't believe I've just imitated somebody. And obviously I wasn't mesmerized by the personality in front of me, male, female, whatever. हाँ कि ये कैसे behave करते हैं, कैसे. तो कुछ psychosis का भी खेल था, कुछ sound का खेल था. But I think overall, voice is very intriguing. When I hear someone's voice on the phone as well, even today, I start imagining, how does this person look?
I do that as well. You're right. Yeah, it's very interesting. And sometimes you've spoken to somebody over the phone a couple of times, and when you finally see them, you have so many thoughts about how you thought they look, but how they actually look, because you form an image in your head.
Exactly.
You're right.
I was very attracted to it, but I didn't think of radio, I'll be very honest. I was actually studying art to go abroad. And my art teacher, Neela Mehmurjani, very beautiful artist herself, she said, you're not meant for any of this. You should be talking somewhere. And that time, Private FM was just coming in. And purely because I was being lazy one morning, and I get a call from her and she was aghast. She's like, it's 8 a.m. I've read my paper. I've had my chai. I'm going to start my classes. What the hell are you doing in the bed? I think purely out of being lazy and guilt, I went and I auditioned. And that was destiny in writing. Like, I truly believe I'm a Destiny's Child, because I honestly didn't know what I was going to do. And I was not your topper list in school. Amongst the children of 5 in a joint family, I was probably the one that was the most chided and made fun of. And I used to be like, हाँ, मैं अपनी दुनिया की रानी थी और मुझे पता था मैं कुछ बहुत amazing करूँगी, and I'm God's chosen one. I'm a big Krishna bhakt. So I knew I'm going to, मेरी तो नैया पार होने ही वाली है. it's funny how you say manifestation today, but I think in your head, the picture or the story you're weaving of yourself is very important.
Yeah.
And like I told you, I was very attracted to, the film world and media. And I used to watch movies because, when you're growing up abroad, so I was born and brought up in the Gulf, the only connect you have is films. And when I used to watch them, I used to want to dance like them. I wanted to sing those songs. I wanted to this world is so mesmerizing. And then one day, when you are chosen to be on radio and you're interviewing the best, the creme de la creme, and you're thinking, what did I do to deserve this again? You pinch yourself at some level.
Yeah.
And even on radio, I think for me, my first tryst, I remember the first star that complimented me on my voice was Hrithik Roshan, who I love dearly. And he is so in tune, again, because a musician family, I think.
Right.
तो उन्होंने जब स्टूडियो में एंट्री ली and he heard me on the mic, he said, I love what you just did. I said, I just spoke. I didn't do anything. So, and then that's when you realize that your voice has so much power if you use it right.
Absolutely.
And if I understand even your profession correctly, your tonality, आप जैसे mood से बात करते हो, उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. But I must tell you this, that after my TY BCom, I had done a course in voice culture and we were laughing because we said हम लोग ने 1500 रुपए and 1500 रुपए was a lot back then. I was like, what have we paid for? What is happening in this class? So I realized somewhere a talent is something you have and then you just know intuitively what to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you may have studied fashion, but I bet a lot of the learning was of your own accord, of how many hours you gave it or how much you delved into it.
Yeah.
And for me, my learning ground was television because I was growing up watching so much TV and movies as a kid that being the parrot that I was helped me eventually.
The seed is always there. And a lot of times it's the watching on top of the seed. Sometimes the seed is not that the seed is planted later. Let's say you go to school. Some people are put into a sport and they suddenly reach somewhere else with it. So I think in the end, there's no one fits all.
Yeah.
There are many ways to get there.
Yeah.
But I think the one common factor is hard work. No matter what, you have to put in
Just
the
not
hard
sucked
work.
in 100%.
Yeah.
Like you love what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to
you're
love
not
what you
thinking
do.
you're working.
100%.
Hai
You have to love what you do. What I find really interesting, what you said is, I never knew that I will have such an impactful voice. Right? Now, voice is two, according to me. One is the external voice and one is the internal voice. So, I want to ask you, your external voice is very powerful. You've made a whole career out of it. You have been in some of the biggest brands like Air India, Vistara, where your voice actually guides people what to do. You're a part of so many TV ads. Your voice is the part that's telling them to buy the product. So many companies are running because of that voice. What about your internal voice?
In my head.
Everyone has a voice in the head, right? I call it the little voice in the head. What is your internal voice like?
I'm quite amazed at what connected us because I'm exactly like you. A lot of the conversations that we're having on the radio or in personal lives, and this is very earlier on in my career where I was speaking to the CEO of my first radio stint. And I said to him, sir, beyond everything that we're doing, what actually drives us as human beings is where are we at environmentally in terms of our environment, genuinely like the greens and like eco. And two is spiritual. And that's why I think I was meant to be on your podcast because I don't believe any of what we so-called pursue in the name of success is true success unless your inner voice is not in sync with or in harmony with your soul. And I know this sounds too deep right now, too early on in this chat, but I think my inner voice since I was a very young girl was about human touch. And that to me is my core. So I remember when my mom used to behave with me in a certain way and I was like, I didn't like that. I won't do that to my child. Why is a 5 or a 6-year-old thinking these thoughts?
Yeah.
I think at some level I realized that how you deal with people or how you deal with your own growth. And I mean by spiritually, because you see professionally you may be growing, and this has happened to me many times in my life, that professionally I would be probably going great guns. But at some level in interpersonal relations, whether it's at work or even personally, I was not very happy. And the only way I could find solutions was if I delved into some spiritual abyss of sorts. So there were, people doing healings and alternative integrated sessions of how you can tap the metaphysical is what we call as the astral world. So I have a huge fascination. I think my inner voice is most fascinated by the spiritual side of people. And that to me on radio, and because music in many ways is spiritual, I think my inner voice is about music, spirituality, and just being joyous in life, because somewhere all of this is connected. You will have highs and lows, but
100%.
but I think most of us are in pursuit of pure love and joy. And I think my pursuit in life has been that, and my inner voice has always asked me or pushed me or guided me towards, where is your joy? Go after that. And I know somewhere I attracted radio because of that. Because बचपन में इतना बात करती थी मैं आशना कि लोग मुझे बोलते थे, मैं डैडी से भी लाइक, कल रात को तू नींद में भी बात कर रही थी, तेरा खत्म नहीं हो रहा है. एंड टुडे ही सेज थैंक गॉड उसकी स्क्रिप्ट बाहर कहीं खत्म हो रही है, तो उसको रात को ना नींद में इतनी बातें नहीं है. बट आई डोंट थिंक आई हैव इट फिगर आउट. And I do feel I have a huge melancholy side to me. I remember Lata Didi in her interview told us this, कि किशोर दा ने उनको कहा था, because he's one of my favorite singers, कि मैं सबको हंसाता हूँ पर मैं अंदर बहुत सैड हूँ. So I feel I have this facade where I feel like I'm seeking so much of a high in my spiritual, abyss or bliss, that I somewhere feel my only way of deriving joy is to give a compliment, is to give some love, is to give a hug. And I fortunately belong to a family that is extremely loving. तो कोर तो प्यार वाला है, but सर में वो जो आवाज़ है वो ये कह रही है कि but इसके अंदर का सार क्या है? What's the meaning of it all? I would think I'm on a journey of self-discovery and not figure anything of any of it. But I do understand that there is an ultimate reason why you do what you do. And if you can tap into that, like through your work, you're bringing solace to so many people. That's the bigger catch.
I was going to say that, in the end, I think no matter what you do, right, the ultimate pure joy comes from the very little things.
Yeah.
You could be, in a very crazy big meeting with high profile people.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, it's all over. And then let's say the help who's around to give you chai or
Yeah.
tea or coffee comes and says something really sweet and puts a little chocolate with a note.
Yeah.
That will be, let's say, the biggest moment of that meeting. It won't be the fact that you're interacting with those people.
Yeah.
So there is no joy like joy of giving. And I think in the end, that's what you're doing, right? You're giving. You sit there every day, you're on the radio, your voice is impacting so many people. So you're already doing a service in so many ways. You're calming a hyperventilating mother on the way to school to drop her kid. You are helping somebody on the way to the hospital to see their family. You're helping somebody, who's broken up with a boyfriend and is hearing one of the songs you said, let me dedicate this to you. But you're doing this unrealizingly. The biggest fascination is you don't know. The various people of various situations are listening to your voice as a soothing factor. And you probably don't know it while you're doing it. And that probably is the biggest service and joy.
I want to share this at this point, and it's not like I'm being immodest, but I always question my presence on the radio, and I'm like, why am I here? And I used to think maybe I should sing because I love singing. So I wanted to move and, explore
more.
Yeah. But radio would just call me right back. I had quit my first radio stint in 2.5 years. My best friend was freaking out. She's like, just come to Bangalore to me. I need to sort you out. And I still remember internet radio called me, and there's a very, very famous RJ, a very dear friend of mine called Malishka. She was on that show, and she said, listen, I don't see anyone else doing this as good as I do. So I'm leaving, but you need to come right back in and fill my shoes. So मैं जहाँ भी जाती थी ना, मुझे वापस रेडियो बुला लेता था. And the music thing that I was telling you, right? So when Radio City called me, where I'm at right now, they were having a music breakfast show, which is never heard of. Because
Yeah.
back then, it was all about Bollywood.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate Bollywood in whichever way, which is great. But what about the reason that radio is, which is music? And I had that question, by the way, exactly 3.5 years ago before I got that job. I was like, don't we need to be celebrating music in a bigger way? I would always have this question in my head. To come to your what you were saying, every time I question my presence on radio, there's been validation through, I guess, angels again. Because every time I had it in my head, one call will come. अर्चना जी आप कहाँ थे? मैं तो आपको ढूंढ रहा था. 1-1.5 साल से तो आप रेडियो पे ही नहीं थे. I had passed my engineering with flying colors because of you, and I'm so happy you're back.
Wow.
And a personal call of that level, where a teenager, maybe just about turned 20, a boy, studying such a intense course is telling you something of that accord, and you're like, is that the reason I'm here? And as recently as a month ago, and now I do a lot more intense conversations because I'm so happy to know that people do want to explore their spiritual side, and hence conversations like this, thank God. A very young boy again who came in and he was so nervous, he was sweating, and he said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I would have committed suicide. I saw one podcast of yours and I was just so happy.
Wow.
I cannot tell you now, because radio as well has gone more audiovisual. There is just so much more that we can give through the medium. And sometimes I feel, you know what, visual कभी कभी impact ले लेता है, क्योंकि audio आपके सीधे दिल में जाता है, is my belief. Like I always
agree.
think, I don't know if you know this, if you join 2 years, it's like your heart. So I feel like people who give us their attention are genuinely giving us their heart. And my prayer is that whatever I do, and it's happened even in casual ways, that whenever we hear you, we feel happy. I'm like, that's it. Utna bhi kiya na bahut hai. Because in a city like Mumbai, where everyone seems to be running after something and they also don't know what they're running after, and they're not even running because the traffic is jammed, I think that as a vibe is fabulous to be able to contribute towards.
True, very true. So tell me, radio is a very intimate medium.
Huh.
How has it shaped your perspective on human connection? Because people usually think human connection is physical based. How has that changed yours?
I think you and I both agree, Ashna, that voice is a huge role in terms of how it's imparting mood. What is it in terms of tonality? How is it making you feel? And then, of course, the words, right? The power of words. I think radio ka connect ye hai ki you are not in the face of this person who has to look at your face and get distracted by iski eyebrows bahut bade hain, iski aankhein aise kyun hain. You are not judging this person basis the visual. You're only enjoying their voice. To me, that's a very powerful thing. I keep saying this thing about Will Smith's movie, I'm Legend. I'm like, radio na ek bahut इटर्नल मीडियम है, वो आकाशवाणी की तरह है ना. वो जब वहाँ कोई भी महाभारत या रामायण की आकाशवाणी हुई, राइट, it's where I feel words come alive to your imagination. It's like a talking book. It's like that friend that you have never met, like a pen pal. It's also actually a secret admirer, because you don't know who's listening to you, but they're still connecting to what you're saying and maybe laughing, maybe crying, maybe angry at what you said. And ये भी हुआ है, बहुत बारी लोगों ने मुझे फोन करके आपने वो क्यों कहा, ऐसे क्यों बोला आपने. So actually sometimes ना, we just to test कि भाई हम चार दीवारी में बैठ के बात तो कर रहे हैं, is anyone listening to us? We just do a mistake. So I'll say like 4:02 when it'll be like 3:00. Hey hello आपने अभी ना 4:02 बोला, तो 3 बजे ठीक है, अभी कोई लोग सुन रहे हैं, ठीक है. But I feel the human connect on radio is immense because it tells a story as hyper local as it can get, which a podcast can't. Today people tell us ना कि अब तो आप पुराने हो गए हो, अब तो कितने सारे ऐसे मीडियम्स आ गए हैं. What do you think? How do you think radio will score? I said, भाई साहब, रेडियो इज लाइक दैट किराने की दुकान जो आउट ऑफ फैशन जा ही नहीं सकती है. आप कितना भी ऑनलाइन कर लोगे ना, ultimately that joy of going and picking up what you want when you look at 20 things is a different high. Radio is that old friend that never die, because it's talking your language, which is local. B, it's telling you stories about things around you. And C, I think because you know that you can contact this person, it's real time. It's not AI, it's not fake. It's tangible.
And so it's authentic.
Yes. And the most biggest FAQ for radio jockeys is, seriously, aapko call aate hain? Like, really aate hain? I said, haan bhai, aate hain yaar. So people don't trust it, but they know it. And I think it's an age-old medium which has never gone out of fashion. And I would always like to believe what they say about radio, that we are that friend which is a phone call away and we could be talking about anything once we do connect. So for me, the biggest high is to pick up the call. That it comes randomly.
You know, it's very interesting you said that people ask, are those questions real? Because I think I remember, this is going back many, many years, 2 decades ago. I was in college, and at the time we would drive around a lot, right? You drive with your friends, you drive to a coffee, it's raining, you drive for something else. You just like driving. I don't even know why, looking back, why were we driving so much? But you drive. You just drive a lot and you just learn driving. So you're 18, 19, you've just picked up the car and you finally have the license to go where you want and no one's questioning you, your parents aren't asking you, and you're free. And I remember listening to the radio a lot.
Oh.
And I actually used to wonder, and especially, those segments on love and relationships, most interesting because people had like bizarre questions to ask. And even though you were not in that phase at 18, 19, you're not really in love with anybody, and you're not really in a relationship with anybody, and it's all superficial.
उसके मायने
and-
पता नहीं
yeah, like you don't really know the meaning of it, but you love hearing about
Yeah.
it, right? Like you love reading Mills and Boons at the time. You love
Yeah.
reading about romance, about
Yeah.
love, because you fantasize.
Yeah.
And I would hear questions, and I would always wonder, is this real or is this recorded by the studio because other people can laugh about it? I always wondered.
See?
But like I was so young back then and naive, and I
But
used to
still,
be like,
to have
yeah,
that question.
I always had that question. Then in the end, I'm like, I don't think there's so much time that they'll hire people for questions also. I'm sure it's real on some level.
It is.
But yeah, but it's real, right?
It is. And I cannot tell you, like, we've been giving away holy passes right now since you're in the middle of it all. And how many people are saying, oh my God, thank you. There was this lady who was a teacher. And she said, I said, ma'am, आपकी आवाज़ से, sorry to say, मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है कि, you've come of age. Like, you really think you enjoy? No, Archana, I love colors. I want to play. And I was like, it's so beautiful to be inspired by a spirit like that who's telling you, and luckily for us now that we have social media, I'm like, listen, I want to see you. I want to see who you are. So you take a nice selfie and tag us at Radio City. And just the fact that I've been able to give some happiness to this lady who maybe all her life has only given as a teacher. She's only taught people. I don't know if the students have been kind enough, especially this generation, to say that, ma'am, we love you, or, we thank you, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
Back
like,
in our time, we used to do cards and flowers and whatnot. I don't know
and
if
be
it happens
besorted.
now.
Be
Yeah,
besorted.
we were.
अब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि यही एक जरिया है जहाँ पे especially in the lockdown, I had a 75-year-old lady telling me, thank you very much कि आप रेडियो पे थे, क्योंकि मेरे बच्चे जो हैं वो अमेरिका में सेटल हो गए हैं, मेरी बाइयाँ वर नॉट अलाउड इन द बिल्डिंग, मैं अकेली थी, मैं बहुत डिप्रेस थी, मुझे पता, मेरे को एक ही था कि हाँ मैं रेडियो चालू करूँगी तो वो होंगे. सो our presence, we don't know at what level it's impacting people. And what you're saying is so true. Ki, whether it's that conversation that we are having or whatever, people are still not in belief of it. But it's just so beautiful. And that's why I miss the landline. I'll be honest, I'll miss the landline. Because the act of picking up and calling someone is just so much more higher than just, kahin pe bhi mobile pe kar do. But ye baat hai, abhi mobile mein kahin se bhi phone aa sakta hai, which is another high again, because people can report into you. And we'd love to know more about the city.
Yeah.
So it's
But
beautiful.
landline also had a really cool factor that if you were upset with someone, you could bang the phone. Now you can't.
And
now-
give missed calls without knowing if you didn't have the caller ID.
Yeah, 100%. And that
Love
caller
it.
ID came much later.
Much later.
Before, I remember I was a kid and we used to do prank calls as a
Yeah.
fun evening thing. And I remember me and my brother used to call up random restaurants and order food. And they knew that we were some kids doing this naughty, and they would be like, really? And I'd be like, yeah. So, do ye, and do ye. And then we used to, ha, and we used to put the phone down. And now kids can't do that.
Yeah, we've done it in America. My cousins used to call, not America, Canada. My cousin called, I think 911 jo hai wahan ka. Aur she said, oh my God, my sister, blah, blah, blah. And they would just come to the lane and they're looking, kahan hai ye ghar? And they would be laughing. I said, girls, this is really not cool. But it was fun. When caller ID was not there and aapki identity through your number, your digits were not shown, it was another era of fun, for sure.
So, I would assume at this point that a lot of your judgment, so a lot of people's judgment, human beings as we are, we judge on first appearances. Our second judgment comes when you get to know somebody. This is natural, it happens. And then thirdly, after you spend time with somebody and you really get to know them, then you're like, okay, this is the final picture I paint in my head. I'm assuming at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, that your first impression is based on voice?
Actually, no. Funnily, I can get attracted to someone because of their voice. Like, I remember when we were talking to some, like Kajol is so infectious, na? Like, so she'll do this, okay? I'll be like, my God, she's really a child, it's beautiful. So there could be a certain quality of how you speak that can get me to be more attracted to you. But I think for me, it's funny. Any human being comes across as what they are through their eyes. Because I feel, वो बहुत घिसा पिटा है, it's the window to the soul. But the truth is, the eyes actually speak of the volumes of your experience, of your pain, of your excitement. I think if I see a human being, I like their eyes, I'm like, I like this person. Because somehow it connects. But beyond that, I've never thought of this. I love the question. Thank you so much. I love it. I've never think no, I don't think I've judged anyone basis voices ever. मेरे को सिर्फ इतना लगता है कि बहुत कम लोग अपनी सच्चाई बोलते हैं. Because everyone seems to be in the world of I can't be judged in a
And
facade.
portraying a certain
Yeah.
way of being.
तो कुछ ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो आके जब मस्ती करते हैं, जैसे अक्षय कुमार. मतलब who will think the man of that stature is putting one केले का छिलका in Jacqueline's purse because it's just so fancy and small, and then he tells her open it and see, and we are laughing like, who is this man? Like, what is this? And he's a superstar, right? To me, gestures or fun. I still remember when I met Shah Rukh Khan for Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi ke time pe, when he was giving us an interview and we were waiting for him. So I just was really like exasperating waiting. Okay, so I just stood up and I said, and relax next to the posters. And suddenly people started taking my photograph. I said, मैं थोड़ी मूवी में मेरा फोटो क्यों ले रहा हूँ? पीछे से शाहरुख खान निकल के आ रहे हैं from the kitchen area of the, which I didn't expect. So he came, he said, hey, you're here. Okay. And then he hugs me tight. Like I'm Scorpio like him. So I really hugged tight. So I was like, oh my God, that grip is so me. And kach, photos are being taken. I'm like, I said, Shahrukh, can I change my hair? He said, oh, you want to adjust your hair? He started adjusting my hair. To me, it's not about you're a star, not a star. Trust me, Ashna, you will think I'm faking it, but I get attracted to a random cat on the street. मतलब मेरा वो है आँख से आँख मिला के वो. But I feel gestures or somebody doing something that warms your heart up. Like say, is that real for real? That's what makes me attracted to a person. In conversation though, not in voice. Somebody like a Bipasha Basu, because she was so candid and so honest. And you know, it's rare, na? Again, what we're talking, what is rare? And I was like, oh my God, she's so unabashed. ये तो जो मन में बोल रही है. अरे मैं एयरक्राफ्ट में घुसती हूँ, मुझे लगता है मैं मरने वाली हूँ. Like who talks like that? But
It's true.
It's just beautiful.
And you wouldn't expect it even.
अरे but it's beautiful कि somebody is okay to share their so-called
Honesty,
fears or whatever.
fears,
Maybe that's what attracts people. I think what's most, I can't judge people basis anything else but the fact that they're being honest. And to that extent, they could have any baritone, any mellifluous voice, but they, to me, are most attractive if they have something endearing and real about them, and if they can just spread a little joy. Beautiful.
So, like I mentioned before, you've been the voice of Air India and Vistara. Tell me, how does it feel knowing that you're guiding thousands and thousands of travelers every day?
It is my crowning glory because I have been so attracted to Hanumanji. I'm a big bhakt. तो जब मैं प्लेन देखती थी तो मुझे लगता बजरंगबली हाथ नीचे रख के उनको उड़ा रहे हैं. ये मेरे दिमाग का फोटोग्राफ पिक्चर था. और मैंने मेरे लाइफ में ऐसे सोचा नहीं था कि एक एयरक्राफ्ट, बिकॉज लुक अल्टीमेटली I've done a lot of IVRs for banks. So, dial 1 for, and I still love actually the woman who's done this the most is Ella, who I'm a huge fan of. So if you remember that voice, you're saying, your phone has been temporarily disconnected. And I was like, why is she happy? She can't be happy. मेरा phone disconnect हुआ है. तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ऐसे लगता है aircraft is a place where a lot of people have a lot of mixed emotions, who's traveling for whatever reasons. And if that voice that's talking to you makes you feel slightly nice, or it's friendly, or it's just warm, you feel relaxed.
Yeah, I think warm is the right word. The voice has to be warm.
Yeah.
And then you want to listen, otherwise you don't want to listen even.
Honestly, देखो अभी हम सब लोग इतने ज़्यादा इसमें माहिर हो गए हैं कि we only switch off. We like क्या हो रहा है?
No, we don't. You'd
Really?
be surprised how much is still entering your subconscious, and it's there.
That
so if someone's
we
talking to you,
understand.
you still know.
Yeah. So for me, it was a great opportunity because I don't know if it's happened to you, but at some level, every girl who likes to present themselves well has had her desire that I want to be an air hostess for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you're dressed well, you're talking nicely, you're confident. So I was like, wow, वो तो नहीं बनी लेकिन आवाज तो मेरी वहाँ presence है. And the biggest high is when you're on an international flight, and if by mistake, my husband or whoever's co-passenger tell me, that's her voice, that's what they scream. I'm like, can you guys? And in the air, I was like, is it? I'm like, yeah, अभी कुछ free भी मिलेगा क्या?
And I'm sure half the people don't even believe it, right?
No,
because it's hard to believe.
They don't. I find it very fascinating. And that's the beauty of voice. You don't know who you're listening to. And I don't know if I should say this. I want to cry. Sonu Nigam is one of my favorite people in the industry. And there was this one time I was very low and I called him. and he said to me, और वो ना बहुत in the moment होते हैं, he's very true to the moment, okay? He said, you know, अर्चना, मैं आपके बारे में सोच रहा था. तो I said, really? Because हाँ, मैं सोच रहा था, अगर मुझे गाते हुए आवाज़ में लता जी की आवाज़ पसंद है, तो बोलते हुए आवाज़ में किसकी आवाज़ पसंद है? And then I didn't know if I should react because I was like, I'm very bad at taking compliments, like terrible. I was like, okay, I just want the entire time to freeze right now. So for me, now my biggest high that way, Ashna, is that if your voice has been able to make somebody feel something, and you know, you must believe this, that a voice carries all that, what you said, experience, lifetimes के आपके, you know, घाव या जो भी है, and the soul then renders that to your voice.
I agree.
So it doesn't come easy. Like for whoever thinks ki they speak well, or they have a beautiful voice, it's not about the voice. It's about what you're saying and how you're saying it. And that can just really have a huge impact. But beyond that, just to be the voice of the national carrier is a good feeling.
So just for fun's sake, can you do one line?
This is my favorite one and it is everyone's, I think. आपातकालीन स्थिति में अपनी कुर्सी की पेटी बांध दीजिए. इस विमान में 4 एग्जिट द्वार हैं, 2 आगे 2 रेयर में. ऐसे टाइप का कुछ है. बहुत सारे हैं भाई.
Wow, that's amazing. You actually sound like I'm on an aircraft. That's crazy. So tell me, from traditional radio to podcast to streaming platforms, how has the audio industry evolved in terms of storytelling and engagement?
You know, storytelling is something we need to go back to, क्योंकि वो हुआ ही नहीं है. आपको अगर याद हो, पहले तो singers used to be launched on radio. They used to be told, अच्छा गाते हो, चलो रेडियो पे ही गाना गा के आते हैं.
Correct.
लोग सुनेंगे तो
it was like a launch, like a soft launch.
Yes,
right.
Before they even made like an actual track or a record.
I think it still happens in many countries. In the Western countries, I've seen somebody releases an audio and it comes on radio, it becomes big, and that person gets signed eventually.
Ooh.
It still happens.
I think that's a great thing. We do have a huge singing competition that Kailash Khairji helms for us on Radio City. But no, I am talking about storytelling. क्योंकि ultimately, जब आपको कोई wrapped रखता है, it's about where is this going now. And we've done it on Radio City, by the way. We've done movies, talking movies. We've done even storytelling. And actually, we still have those podcasts that run across. But to me, you're right. What actually, I feel it has to come a full circle. Like we need to go back to that. And I know for a fact that post-pandemic, that a lot of independent music has taken over. A lot of artists, Kele the High, or even in fact influencers, you'll be surprised. Because you know, influencers have grown up listening to us, okay? Yeah. The ancient thing that we are. You know, jo aate hain and they say, oh my God, we've always wanted to be on the radio. So I think somewhere, it always will have a charm that cannot be bought by the newer mediums.
True.
But if there is an evolution, if at all, it's actually going back to the roots. It's like fashion, right? You keep going back to what was.
It's a recycle, 360 degree, back and back. It's a circle.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि music will, like you said, be launched on radio again, because people will want to be more intimate with their listeners. But because while internet and of course Insta and YouTube and whatever is evolving, ever evolving, the one thing we are steering away from is that one personal connect you can have only with audio, not trying to distract them with 20 other things.
I completely agree. You know, even when podcasts started, this is a few years ago, initially they were only audio. They were not video at all.
Right.
So you would sign on to Apple Podcasts or you
Spotify,
would sign on to Spotify.
Audible, whatever.
Spotify came much later.
Yeah.
It was mostly Apple Podcasts going back 7-8 years. And you would be doing 3 things. Mm-hmm. So I could be sitting with my child while he's doing his homework, and I could be peeling an apple, like you said, trying to feed him. At the same time, I have the podcast on.
Right.
But my mind is so engrossed in what I'm listening to. But I'm able to do other things because visually I'm not distracted. Oh. So I'm able to keep an eye on my child. I'm able to cut that apple, but I am mentally and whole solely into that conversation. I'm listening and it's actually going in. So you're right. Like, why is music so big? Music lasts for years. Movies don't. And not on a large basis. Like you will hear 100 tracks that I've been hearing for the last 25 years and I'm still listening to them. But I'm not watching 100 movies that I've watched for the last 100 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. You're right. Audio Connect is way bigger than Video Connect, even though the world thinks otherwise today.
No, there'll be memories you'll have with one song. You know, I danced on this song with my then boyfriend. you know.
So the media industry and the industry that you're in is high pressure and often unpredictable,
Yeah.
right? How have you handled stress and mental health challenges in this world?
For me, always exactly what I said at the beginning. Whenever I feel lost or I feel, my God, it's hopeless, abhi kuch ho nahi raha hai, the universe has cryptic ways of talking to me. But I feel the best way is to disconnect. If you just, because for a macro second, you have to understand कि आप बहुत बड़े यूनिवर्स का एक हिस्सा है, बहुत छोटा हिस्सा है. And the minute you just pull yourself out of it and try and see what the bigger picture is, and you can't see the bigger, honestly, I still can't see the bigger picture. I question it very often because I think as human beings, we are very multifaceted and we want to do it all at some level because
Yeah.
this generation especially says zindagi na milegi dobara. So, and because of, I think, social media as well,
Yeah.
so many things, so many imageries are being like bombarded at you, and people are living in so many beautiful realities that you feel like, oh, I can do this, oh, I can do this, why am I doing this? But I'll tell you what it is. It's to honor what you're at. What is an escape mode for anyone who's going through a mental breakdown is to find huge, immense amount of satisfaction in the action that they're doing then. Whether it's taking a shower, whether it's talking to somebody you love,
Going for a run, painting, anything.
anything that you're doing, give it your all and be grateful for it. मैं तो आशना जब मैं ना डूडल करती हूँ, मेरे ऑफिस में लोग बहुत हंसते हैं मेरे पे. आई बीन गिफ्टेड बाय अ वेरी डियर फ्रेंड हु वी लॉस्ट टू कैंसर. Mayuri, I miss you. She gave me a mandala book and I color, and people are like, is that for real? So I do random things, but I must tell you that it has huge power on your mind because we don't realize that a lot of the activities that our kids are told to do, so-called, they're actually very healing and they're very productive.
Yeah, they're therapeutic.
Very therapeutic.
Yeah.
तो हमको realize नहीं होता है. और एक conversation, मेरे लिए, I think, even this conversation is shifting my perspective towards how I'm looking at many things. So a conversation to me is very enriching and probably a bigger high than most highs that people can have through substance or whatever. So when I have been lost, there are two things I do. One is people I love, I look up to. I'll have a great conversation with them. Maybe even travel. But I think the second one is where I consciously go. And nowadays I know podcasts are easy. But क्या होता है, हम इतने देख लेते हैं कि हमको कुछ याद ही नहीं है. So actually we're getting more brain fog and more stress because
Over-informed.
we're overexposing ourselves to, oh I know. We don't know.
Yeah.
क्योंकि मैं हंसती हूँ, I have attended many satsangs with my mother as a kid because she's very spiritual. And I was like, I know this, what are they talking? Like, but actually ना वो चीज़ें भी हमको पता भी होती हैं, हम करते नहीं.
Yeah, because it's not sinking in deep. It's on the surface.
Yeah. To give you a very small example, gratitude. I met Harshdeep Kaur today and I was interviewing her and I said, Harshdeep, you're by far the most relaxed human being I have ever met. She said, yeah, when in my first recording, which was for Bollywood at 16, she said, I was unperturbed. I said, how is this possible? Where does this come from? And she said something beautiful, which my nani, my mother, and everyone possible around you is telling you, including Rhonda Byrne, which is the attitude of gratitude. To me, to have this cup of water, to be able to drink, and I'm not saying this because I'm an eco warrior, but just to have clean, potable water is a blessing. तो मेरी मम्मी बोलती थी, मेरी नानी ना कैसी तो है, रोज सुबह उठ के नलके को की पूजा कर रही है. So my mom was saying, she's gone mad. So my नानी saying, शुक्र करो, पानी आ रहा है नलके में. So, there are very, very small things to just be in awe of and just be happy for.
Yeah.
Because when it's all gone, you'll not know what hit you.
And we actually have a lot going for us. We just don't know it.
Exactly.
We're not mindful of it.
Yeah, and also because unfortunately there's just so much that we know now, so we feel we don't have. तो हम लोग दूसरों का so-called 100 देख के हमारे 90 पे रो रहे हैं, which is actually, if you ask me,
It's a lot.
No, that is the ultimate दरिद्रता. मतलब सब होते हुए भी तुम कह रहे हो हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है. Like what? So at some level, just to be in awe, like when people ask me how are you, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. I'm so happy, especially after the lockdown, Ashna.
Oh yes.
My parents are healthy.
100%.
My in-laws are healthy. I'm healthy. Wow.
And everyone survived.
Touch.
In the sense, as a race, we all survived. Like at that point, you remember everybody thinking, that's it, we're going to get washed off from this planet and we're not going to make it. Because there was that fear, right? That we're never going to experience life again. We were all like boxed up in our houses.
I'm just saying that we're overdoing trends. And we need to calm the hell down, because nothing is more important than your sanity and your health.
100%.
Health is wealth. Everyone's saying it. It's not just after COVID. That's the one thing that has to, have descended upon you, if nothing else.
It's so hard to like make that decision that there will always be content moving forward. It's not like we can go back to times when there was no content available, right? Or minutely available.
Yeah.
Now content will always be available, and in fact it's going to overflow more from more mediums possible because we're moving forward.
Yeah.
I think the most important factor will become, firstly, how mindful can you be? Secondly, you choose to consume what you consume.
Yeah.
It's very easy to say, oh, they're throwing it all at me, or my algorithm is such, or whatever else. Excuses people come up with, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's so essential to kind of tell yourself, do I need this?
Yeah.
It's nice to look at sometimes models and their high-flying Paris life, and they're going to these 1,000 shoots and whatever. But those are curated moments.
Yeah.
What about the real life? What about, is she showing you that she woke up at 2 a.m. to go for the shoot, and then she didn't sleep and she didn't eat and whatever else? So I think it's become very important to consume the right content. And I think
just to be surrounded by the right people, because just like content is something you surround yourself with and get immersed into, other people around you of the order that you like. Because somebody said something very beautiful in a podcast recently with Mel Robbins. She said people are becoming ambiverts, right? Like they don't know अगर उनको socialize करना है कि नहीं करना है. और उस बात में क्या बात थी, उन्होंने कहा आप अगर फ्रेंड को मिल भी रहे हो ना, आप सोचो मुझे मिलना था, मैंने टाइम वेस्ट किया. मतलब you are judging everything so much and over judging it. And I want to take two people's example right now. One is Harshvardhan Rane. His movie re-released, which back in the day when it had released didn't do very well.
Yeah, I read this, that nobody showed up for it, and now suddenly...
Oh my God, it's made 35 or 50 crores almost.
Yeah.
Okay? He was consistently, every time he's doing OTT, he's doing well for himself. But he consistently said, I want that movie to re-release. It didn't do its due. We should be re-releasing
It was
movies.
the wrong time, wrong place, whatever.
Yeah. I can't tell you, when I heard what he said, that I follow very few people जिनसे मुझे ऐसे लगता है मैं सीख रहा हूँ, inspiration ले रहा हूँ, बस इतना ही है. So, when you are mindful of who you are consuming, like you said very well, and you're mindful of the people in your life, and even if you're not a people's person, just be mindful of what are you thinking. That should be enough. But, the universe will I don't know how do I say that, what honor you, grant you, and give you surprises like you had never imagined. तो दूसरा example मैं देना चाहती हूँ is of Sania Malhotra, this actress, right, from Dangal. So she used to do these beautiful videos of her dancing her heart out.
I've seen them.
है ना?
Yeah.
तो मैं सोचती थी कितना अच्छा डांस कर रही है, कितना दिल से कर रही है, बट इसको वो फिल्म ही नहीं मिल रही है because she's doing such beautifully like those not parallel cinema but very meaningful movies. तो मैं कह रही कभी मिलेगा इसको गाना वैसा वाला. And then suddenly out of nowhere, this very new version of hers with, like Sunidhi, and what a song, and full girl power. I was loving it. The reason I say this is, again, social media is a very powerful tool
100%.
to just tell the universe what you want. Okay? Keep saying it. Don't stop. You never know when you're going to be granted your wish. But keep putting that imagery there. You never know when your aha moment is going to happen. But if you keep thinking and overthinking and questioning and waiting on it, like Sania didn't wait on somebody to come and say, she didn't say, hey, meko koi choreograph kar lo. I've interviewed her so many times, she's never said it.
Yeah.
But for her, she just did it.
But that's what I'm saying, blocking out the noise.
Yeah.
Because that's the noise, right? That's making you over-indulge,
आप कर क्या रहे हो?
not indulge. Yeah.
अगर कोई पेरिस और मिलान में रैंप वॉक कर रहा है, आपका मन कर रहा है, आप घर पे कर लो भाई. Just show us what you got.
That's what I'm saying. It really depends, I think, for you to be very mindful of what you're going to consume.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
It's going to affect your mental way of being.
Yeah.
It is. You may be in denial, but it's 100% going to affect your subconscious and then your conscious eventually. That's how you start operating.
But if you just made that choice that I'm watching this to be inspired as opposed to I'm watching this to get depressed, it's a very conscious
That's what I'm
choice.
saying. Yeah.
Joy is not something that comes easy to people because they're not choosing it. You have to choose it every day. You didn't, when you're working, I'm sure you'll go through this. You have a child at home, you have 10 things to do and you're like, I have to do this. You have somewhere to mentally chant that I'm going to enjoy this no matter what. वो एक बात होती है, कभी-कभी हम लोग शुरू करते हैं तो we are not very happy and then suddenly, it happens to me on radio. Like we ask this question, are you really this happy every day? We're like, maybe not, but we assume a role for our show. We assume a role for who we are as RJs, and that cannot be compromised upon for two
It's
reasons.
work.
No, and it's also because, hello, I am there to make your day and I'm going to make sure I'm going to make it. So you can't be like Johnny Lever and say, I'm morose today, but I have to crack a joke. You will crack it because you'll give it your all. You're committed. And commitment is waning. And that's where the issue is. The issue is not that mental health is such a big deal. It's commitment. We're not committed to anything, and so we don't see any joy in it because कुछ outcome ही नहीं आ रहा है. हम जलेबी की तरह गोल गोल घूम ही रह रहे हैं.
Instant gratification. No, that's the need. The need is of it. Like you've been in this industry for so long.
Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't think, okay, after 1 year, now everybody should know who I am, everybody should know my voice, and this is what I need from it. If that was your thought process today, you wouldn't have reached here, right? And you wouldn't have found the joy of being who you are. The journey even teaches who you are. You grow as a person. So I'm sure how you interacted with your guests 10 years ago, you don't interact in the same way.
Yeah.
You completely, transformed as a person also.
What's beautiful is that they sometimes want to come back and meet you again. And that's such a joy. It's like, when actors get selected by the same director over and over and they feel like, wow, I love this director. I love what he does. And he still chooses me. Like he could have had somebody new. And for us to be here for decades and service this in a way that we do and still have that zest for it, I think zest for life, enthusiasm is irreplaceable because somebody with a lack of it is, to me, poor.
Yeah, ultimately, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you detach from work? Like your job is around your voice and it's around your personality, because it's visual, it's not visual, it's only audio. So how do you detach from it? How do you de-stress? How do you go home and be like, let's switch off now?
आशना, मैंने एक वर्गो से शादी की है. कन्या राशि वाले इतने बेसिक होते हैं ना, इतने बेसिक होते हैं. अरे कपड़े तुम्हारे ठीक से रख लो, ये कर लो, वो कर. मतलब लाइफ की वो जो नॉर्मल सी होती है ना, वो आपके लोगों से आती है. बहुत प्यार से विकी कौशल ने मुझे ये बताया अभी रिसेंटली, एंड आई वाज इंटरव्यूइंग एंड आई वाज लाइक, विकी, तौबा के बाद तो तौबा ही हो गई. लोग तुम्हारे प्यार में पागल हो गए. How are you so normal? तो बोलता है, यार अर्चना, you've met my family, you know how we are. मतलब you are who you're some total of people around you. मेरे लोग देखो कैसे हैं, मैं भी ऐसा हूँ. तो I think my biggest joy and bank account is my family. They are amazing, and my friends. They are amazing. मतलब उनकी जो एवरीडे रोजमर्रा की लाइफ की जो बातें, like once I remember I called my dad, I said, Papa, I just interviewed Amitabh Bachchan, I went to his house. हाँ वो सब ठीक है. So what are you cooking tonight? Are you making something for Akshay or no? I'm like, यार क्या हो रहा है?
But they normalize you, right?
Oh my God, and how? I love the fact. For them, I mean, they're very happy about what I do and how I do it.
But that's not who you are. That's
not
work.
At all. Not at all.
Yeah. So they treat you as you.
Yeah.
So tell me, as an RJ and as a presenter, you are interacting with countless people.
Ji.
And you interact with a lot of people who are really high energy, high profile. How do you prepare yourself for that?
I think the main thing is to know about them, to know what, ticks them. I was listening to a conversation of Kiran Bedi ji, and I remember, oh my God, when I met her, how it was. And then I can't get over how she's always been this very fiercely family person. And then she took on the jail and the inmates and whole of India, I would think she took them as she was the mother of the land, right? So when I met her, that was my first thing towards her, because I'd read up about her. I think your research, like you've done on me, thank you so much, it's brilliant. It's so important to know who you're going to interact with, what is their energy level, what ticks them, what doesn't make them tick, and just talk about a lot of the stuff that interests them, because then, you have them hooked and they're open and now they want to talk to you. But most importantly, be a good listener. I think because जब आप stage पे होते हो, या आप, because I do a lot of live hosting as well, or you're in a podcast like this, or even when you're on radio, if you haven't heard them enough, you won't be able to, your next question may not fall in line and they might lose interest in you. So the only way to keep that rapt attention is to be in the daira of what defines them and then match their energy. Because ultimately, I can't be hyper when I'm in this very classy atmosphere. And I still remember Rekha Bharadwaj was shocked because I was doing a music launch of a very intense film which was about the queer community. And she was like, she and Sonarji both were there. And they were like, is this Archana? Who is this? We don't recognize her. Because otherwise I'm like, yeah! Like I'm always this hyper child, high on 10 cups of coffee according to people. But there I was very melancholic or, very in myself. And I think that's extremely important to match that energy. You can't go hyper or go hyper low. And the best way to read a room when you're actually doing this in a live event is to see who are the people in the audience. Where do you think, what's sticking at them? Maybe somebody's looking hungry, somebody's looking too excited. So फिर आप उनको address करें, because ultimately audience connect is a big deal in a live event.
100%.
And if they're there for, let's say, a movie launch, or like I remember doing a thing with a cricketer, and then okay, Shubman Gill, everybody loves him for the fact that he's young and he's zesty. Let's talk about that side of him. So then Punjabi thoda le lo. So you have to touch upon the elements of the person and not overdo it.
Yeah.
And yet you may not have to be exactly at their energy level, because honestly, a lot of times I've seen this. स्पेशली जब मैं रेडियो पे के लिए ना स्ट्रीट पे बाइट्स लेती थी कि अब यार ये तो लेडी अपना काउपी बेच रही है, पर मुझे इस पे स्टोरी करनी है, और ये तो ऐसे इरिटेट हो रही है, गर्मी हो रही है, बट आई वांट टू ब्रिंग हर टू माय लेवल. सो लाइक, अरे दीदी कितना मस्त काम कर. सो you have to wrap them in your joy or sense of exuberance, and at some level either they'll be shocked or they'll be like, what the hell is this? or they will
join in,
or they'll level up. So I think the way to handle it is to be serving what comes to you instinctively at that moment, and this is something you can only learn over a period of time. But for sure, it is about matching that energy, and that's probably why the biggest compliment we can get as presenters or as interviewers is, you've got great energy, because then they've really been able to get on board and say, woo, we were feeling so tired until we came to this interview, when are we feeling good? Best compliment.
So tell me, you mentioned the word spirituality quite a few times. What is spirituality to you?
I feel for me, spirituality is about being at a very good space with yourself. I love my company. I think that's my biggest high. कि मैं अकेले बैठ के बहुत खुश हूँ. कभी-कभी it's scary because you want to be with people as well. You should be. And I see my other friends are like yearning, coffee के लिए जाते हैं, इधर ये करते हैं. And I'm like, just like, I want to relax. Maybe because my work entails a lot of talking as well. But for sure, it is to disconnect from the so-called world. And luckily for me, because of Vaishnavism, they keep saying, ye maya hai, this is not real. And you're like, hey, this is not real, and what am I supposed to do? That whole journey of trying to understand what is reality and what is the ultimate truth, somewhere in between, there's a big blur of satsang, bhajan, constant. But I seek in conversations. As we speak today, one of my favorite Jiju's birthdays, and every time we meet, we're only talking spiritual conversation. And he said something very interesting to me. He said, Archana, जब पिक्चर में हीरोइन बनोगी तो रोल बढ़ाना है, क्योंकि तुम देख रहे हो कि तुम्हारा तो बहुत कम कवरेज आया है, तो तुम को एक्टर को बोलोगी कि डायरेक्टर को बोलोगी? तो सर डायरेक्टर को बोलूँगी. तो बोलते वही बात है, हम सब एक्टर्स हैं, डायरेक्टर उधर है, हम इधर की बात कर रहे हैं. I found that so profound.
Wow.
That a lot of our conversations are wasted because we're not talking to our higher self or to our so-called God or to whatever.
The higher power, whatever you believe in.
Yeah, however you've defined that for yourself. And, as children, we used to do that a lot. We used to talk to ourselves, right? Like, we constantly had conversations with ourselves. I don't like what he did. It may not always be that you're venting to your parents or your friends or whoever. That is something, that inner conversation should never stop. And I feel that happens to a lot of us.
I think I see it a little differently. I see it as most conversations are based on other people's actions and thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it like most things are reactions.
Yeah.
And spirituality or inner thinking to me is when you start focusing on yourself.
Yeah.
So if I focus on how your hair is looking, for example, it's looking amazing, but how your hair is looking, how you're talking to me, are you saying the right things? Are you saying the wrong things? Is it going the way I want? Is it not?
Yeah.
So my entire thought process is based on how Archana is being today. Now, if I shift the focus and I say, I want answers to 10 questions, I really want to know what she feels. She can feel what she feels. My seeking was what? Just wanting to know, right? Now, whatever comes out of it, I can't control that. I shouldn't want to. I think the problem lies in controlling what is coming at you. Because once you stop controlling or wanting to control, then whatever it is, it is.
Surrender. Hallelujah.
Phew,
Here I come.
That's when you have time to focus inwards. Now, if my job or my seeking was to be here to talk to you, no matter what comes out of this conversation, good, great, bad, ugly, no matter what, if I have done the seeking, then I'm done with this chapter. I'll have nothing to think about, right? I'll complain about. Where does the complaint come from? I'm not satisfied with the answers. Her answers were like this.
Basically having too many expectations.
No, it's focusing on the wrong thing.
Ah,
When the point was to seek,
yeah.
then why am I focusing on what she said? That wasn't to seek, right?
It's exactly, sorry, I have to go back to my Kanha. It's exactly what he says. Don't seek the fruit. Enjoy the karma. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Enjoy that. And trust me, there is so much bliss. When I see bakers, when I see people in craft. My neighbor is a photographer, but he's doing crochet for crying out loud. I'm like, how did this happen? And he goes, I'm going to make you something. I was like, who is this person? Do I even know you? And I realized there is so much to learn from how people are leading more involved lives. And sometimes that involvement, like you said, has to come with a huge sense of detachment.
Yeah.
Because he says, I just do it because I like it. And it started in lockdown because I'd forgotten. Bachpan mein maa ne sikhaya tha. Dad was in the army. And now I've picked it up again. And I'm like, how much we would judge. तू लड़का है, तू knitting करता है, ये क्या है? You know, इसमें भी बहुत सारी चीजें में नुक्स निकाल सकते हैं. But this is my superpower, okay, Ashna? I can rarely see negative in people. So when somebody says, ask her, oh no, she will to say good things only next. किसी को realistically पूछते हैं. I'm like, no, ask me, like I know. Just
Nobody cares. We give too much importance to that somebody cares. Nobody actually cares.
Sachi yaar.
Today you're, I don't want to put it in any negative way, but today you're here for you and I'm here for me. We may say it otherwise.
Absolutely.
And in the true sense, this is giving me joy and it's giving you joy, hopefully. But
yes.
but I'm saying, like, let's say being a Naje is your joy, right? People might think she's doing it for money, but in the end, it is for themselves. Everybody is doing what they're doing for themselves. And that's when you see a happy person. The miserable person is when they're living for everybody else's opinion, approval, validation, whatever you call it. You
Beautifully said.
But that's what it is.
Some of the most successful people I've seen, they could be living for money, right? We think it's a shallow thing. But let me tell you one thing. A lot of successful people I see who are living for the money as well, they will be enjoying the process. They'll have other people have fun. They will not be morose. The minute you're contributing or putting people down in this process, you are going down, my buddy. You have to raise the aura. You have to make it more beautiful. You have to make it more want to do this. I want to do this. And this can happen in a set, as you know. Because itne log alag alag hote hain wahan pe.
But fortunately, what you say, I completely agree with you. What you said is uplifting, right? So if you're uplifting people and uplifting the environment, automatically you are uplifted as well.
Exactly.
You are right.
Boomerang.
But what happens is, I think it doesn't come naturally to most people.
Yeah.
Because I think human beings, and I don't blame anybody, but since you're kids, you're criticized.
Yeah.
Not tall enough, you're not so short, you're not fair enough, so dark, your hair doesn't grow right, you don't eat enough, you eat too much. So even as a 5-year-old, you're listening to so much, right?
Yeah.
That commenting becomes your natural way of being.
That's so true.
And how do you uplift when that's your natural way of being? Because then you're constantly
Going back,
commenting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. So I think uplifting
मेरे को हमेशा वो stocks की तरह दिखता है. आज तुम ऊपर हो, अब तो नीचे. अरे ये क्या हो रहा है?
So I think uplifting is a quality that is acquired with time. I don't think it comes naturally. I think you have to work on it.
Yeah, it's not even about not commenting. Okay, sometimes you're commenting.
I'm
also,
talking about, no.
But वो energy होती है कि
That's what I'm saying.
मैं कहाँ से आ रही हूँ? If I comment on this person, he'll wake up. He'll start contributing more. He'll be more. I'm saying in that sense.
No, but then the undertone is uplifting, right? That's the thing. But that's an acquired skill.
Yeah.
I think that's a skill we all have to acquire at some point in our life.
And if we can learn that, wow.
Yeah, like my grandma used to always say, that when someone says something to you, don't take it to heart because that's all they have to offer.
Wow.
So I actually sometimes just see people as, that's all she has to offer. She can't help it. Bichari, she's coming from that space. So it's okay. Uski limitation hi utna hai. So if she can't talk beyond this on a higher vibration, on a higher level, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then you take it, you leave it there. You don't take it in.
उस पे भी तो acceptance है ना कि ये इंसान ऐसे हाँ. If you can even accept people the way they are, that's a very big high.
It's a very hard thing to do.
It's hard, but
biggest high, but very hard to do.
Yeah, very hard.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, it takes
and believe me, most people talk about it, but
No. Even I am a big shikar of being judgmental. But I think that's the endeavor, right? Like if you're talking about an endeavor of spirituality or what is it that you want to better every day, is that everyone is here for a reason. This person is screaming for a reason. This person is not screaming for a reason. This person is happy for a reason. This person is sad for a reason.
Yeah.
If you just go into that reason, you will never feel bad. मतलब आप कहीं ना कहीं neutral हो ही जाओगे. क्योंकि फिर like you said, you will focus more on where am I going, what is my journey, what am I feeling, and that's most important. Project you is always going to be most important.
I think I agree. And not in a narcissistic way,
No.
but in the fact that in the end, you're here to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Try and find your own purpose instead of thinking, why does she go gardening every day? Why does she
Yeah.
become an RJ? Why does she become an actor? Oh my God, she's dancing. So here you're focusing on like everybody else, but self, right? But like, what are you here for?
भैया
So you're right.
गॉसिप तो ना एक नंबर 1 चीज हो गई है आज के जमाने में. Everyone wants a bit of it and everyone feels a high about it. And I've seen almost successful people thrive on it. But then I just look at it as something that they do as a pastime. मतलब इतने brilliant चल रहे हैं कि उनका काम तो अच्छा चल ही रहा है, but ये भी कर लो.
So how do you personally define success? And what to you is fulfillment beyond career achievements?
See, in the long run, I don't know if you're going to be serving a purpose. Like, I see myself farming for some strange reasons. But मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि मेरे लिए पर्सनली सक्सेस इज अगर वो 10 लोग भी आपके लाइफ में जो आपको खुशी देते हैं या आपको इंस्पायर करते हैं या आपको सेन रखते हैं, वो आपके लाइफ में आपसे खुश हैं और आप उनसे खुश हो. And you have a very balanced life and relationship with not just yourself and your routine and just the way you bond with people and your spiritual self is huge success, because not everyone gets the chance or is fortunate to work till their last day. And I mean work as in be a professional or, be employed. Though I do know that I like surprises and I'm dexterous enough to want to service something. So beyond what I just defined as success would be if I attract different levels of opportunities at different times in my life.
Wow. You know, whilst I've sat here, the only thing I can think of,
Yeah.
you have such crazy, vibrant energy. And I don't know.
And 65,000 expressions, which I'm sure you're like, how can somebody be having so many expressions?
And it makes me think, why RJ?
You mean like acting?
No, like, I don't know. You could just do so much more. The kind of energy you brought to this room. RJ is only that people can hear your voice and obviously the
Yeah.
energy through that voice.
Yeah.
But you have so much to offer in person.
This is something I've been told by random people. Like people who even talk, they'll come to my studio, they'll be smiling. You and this place is not matching. So I'm like, what? But I'd love to know what you're thinking. So where do you think I can fit in?
I don't know. I think because you have so much to offer in terms of energy, in terms of thought process, in terms of spirituality, I think it should go beyond being an RJ. I think it should go beyond this because
Like-
you have this, charisma, you have this energy, you have this vibrancy. And I don't know if people
Are aware, no. Because radio limits you, na? Because आप उतना ही कर रहे हो. उसके आगे आपको
हाँ,
मतलब वो space भी नहीं मिल रहा है.
exactly.
Because radio पे आपके ads बजने हैं, आपके गाने बजने हैं. So you have very limited talk time. It's not a talk heavy radio station anymore. I've been told to do podcasts as well, but I don't know. I haven't found my space. And Ashna, maybe you are going to be that bridge because you have done so much in your life. By the way, I want to do a quick numerology on her. 27th of February.
Right.
Can I know the year? Is
Yeah,
it possible?
85.
Okay, so your year defines that you are you love your friends. Your year defines that friendships has been somewhere at the base of it all, because friendships also give you that zest for life or, just the spirit. But your date defines that you're on a huge, huge, huge spiritual quest, which even you're not aware of. Because you have lived an extremely commerce-based life, and then there's this extreme side of you that tugs you towards the reality of existence of it all. And you're a seeker. I hope you are somebody who does a lot of expressing through hands. So number 9s can be cooks, can be painters, can be writers, can be... And I'm saying all of this in one lifetime. It's not like you are one of these. You could be all of these. And you should be, because you are someone who is, sorry to use this word, but very frustrated. Number 9 क्या होता है, वो बहुत लाइफ टाइम्स जी के आते हैं, तो फिर उनको ऐसे लगता है कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ. तो you feel disappointed. Most days you're feeling disappointed and dejected. But understand that dejection is coming from over intelligence, and there will be moments in your life, correct me if I'm wrong, where you may have not read up or even have any knowledge about the topic you're talking about, but information is downloaded to you because it's coming from other lifetimes. You've lived many lifetimes to be here, and your goal in many ways may not be it, but you will be a provider for many, not just in terms of ethics and values and how they should lead their lives, you'll be a leader, thought leader, but you will also provide financially. So there's lots that you have to do, darling. But the biggest learning I feel for you should be that pull out from the abyss of information, because you've had lifetimes of it.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of it did. So I'll do a quick rapid fire round with you.
Done.
I call it the lightning round, just for fun. Tell me, beyond talent, what's the one skill that aspiring RJs often overlook?
To be great listeners, whether it's their watchman, whether it's their house help, whether it's whoever around you, your job is 24/7 to be tuned into content, because you never know that precious piece of information which is not chapoed in the papers, which is not there on the internet, which is not there on your favorite gram accounts, is from human interaction. And that human interaction is, I think, dwindling with the newer generation. So if you want to be a good RJ, please be a great listener and be in tune with every strata of society, because everybody's your listener.
Amazing. What's your go-to method to silence self-doubt?
To pray, I love the Hanuman Chalisa. It gives me a lot of strength and belief in myself.
Digital detox, essential or overrated?
No, it's very essential, and I'm very happy to be going into the jungles of late. That's been our high, and there is no network there. It's frustrating, but it's just so liberating. क्योंकि आपके पास कोई और चीज़ है ही नहीं, तो आप फिर सोचने लगते हो, and genuinely बहुत creative ideas आती हैं यार, आशना.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. What's a myth about the media industry you wish people would stop believing?
Yeah, they're as human as we are, all these superstars. Especially, in our country, we tend to put them either in a mandir or then we just drop them like hot potatoes. And I don't like that demeanor. आप मेरे को एक बात बताओ, अगर आपकी माँ और आप एयरपोर्ट पे जा रहे हो, कोई आके आपको ग्रैब करे, आपको पुल करे, आपको अच्छा लगेगा? I don't know why we don't deal with them like we would deal with any other stranger.
Yeah,
They're
stay human about
as
it.
human as you and I are.
And same emotions. They have the same array of emotions as
Yeah,
us.
but then how mean are we? अगर हम कभी-कभी गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, तो हम अपने आप को होते हैं, तो क्या उसने तो गुस्सा दिलाया, लेकिन ये एक्टर्स को तो हक ही नहीं है गुस्सा होने का.
Yeah. Or to be disappointed, or to be angry, or to be anything.
Anything. So when I see sometimes, they've not slept enough, their jobs are tough, and then people are expecting them to smile, give them selfies. थोड़ा स्पेस दे दो, वो आपके जैसे इंसान है और उनको भी उतनी प्राइवेसी के मजे लेने जितने कि आपको. Not everybody wants to be recognized 24/7 and in their sleep. Give them some space.
And finish this sentence. For anyone finding their voice, remember
That ultimately your voice is what leads and makes your life. So make the inner voice beautiful. Like make it rock.
amazing. Thank you so much, Archana. I've had such a blast chatting with you. I think your energy is so infectious. And I hope everyone gets to learn and listen to this episode and enjoy it as much as I did.
I am shocked about the variety of things you've done in your life. I am looking forward to a session of my own with you as to what I should do next, because I really feel there is just so much more to tap into, and really grateful for what you're doing, Ashna, and the core of what you're doing and how you're doing it, because spirituality is why I came here. And you have an extremely deep sense of how you think and how you conversate. So thank you.
Thank you.